Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the channel. This morning I'm going to be finishing up some of these cool little black walnut pieces that I'm using for nativity sets. What's really cool about a couple of these is they're two-toned, so they have some sapwood with the black walnut, and then lighter and darker wood. And then I found these really weird pieces at a local shop that makes things, a lot of butcher block, and they had those random materials, so I decided to make these bookends, modern bookends, and it's sapele wood, which is really pretty. And so I'm going to take a couple minutes and finish that up. Hope you enjoy the process. I'm using Tung Oil for this, and I think it's one of the easiest applications for non-food grade material. It's not good if you're using it for cutting boards and things like that, or for things that are not food grade. It's pretty cool. And this is one of my favorite parts, seeing the pop of the wood and the actual colors. It's a pretty quiet morning. You can hear the birds in the background. So I usually apply 2 coats of this, depending on how dry the day is. I normally let it sit for 24 hours. I'll wipe it off here in a moment. Let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes, then wipe that off, and then in 24 hours reapply it. That's what's suggested. But if it's really a dry day, I might do less. See the really beautiful grain color of that wood compared to the other one. And then here's a really cool two-toned one. You can see more of that as I add the tung oil. The pop really starts to show. See the darker wood on one side, the lighter wood on the other, and that right in between. One of the things that I love to do is to take scrap wood that other people are getting rid of for cheap and turn it into something that's really meaningful and pretty. And so these, oh, excusez-moi. Oh, disaster. All right, we're back. Excuse me for that slip. As I said, I enjoy taking things that are scraps or rubbish for other people and turn it into something that is usable and pretty and sellable. And so these are some of my favorite projects because I make these nativity sets, and yes, it is only July. Actually, it's June 30th today. But I'm working towards December because it gets cold. My shop is not insulated, and I also get a lot of orders in December. It's where I do a vast majority of my sales, and so I want to work ahead to get these pieces ready so that I don't have to be freezing myself to death out here in the shop when it gets cold. I grew up in the tropics, so winter is not my friend. And it's a lot more fun on a pretty summer morning to work on these and then just have them ready rather than trying to work. I still will have to do some in December, but if I can work ahead, that saves it. Me. This one's another really cool two-tone piece with the lighter sapwood and the darker black walnut. These nativity sets, I do 9-piece sets, and then I also have, if you see some of my other videos, I make a stable for them That's something I added. I try and add something on each year that makes them a little bit different from what I did in the past. This will be year 3 of selling these nativity sets. So far, all the ones that I have made, I have sold. It can be a little time consuming, but again, it's easy to use scrapwood pieces for these. Here's more of this sapele. I've also heard it pronounced sapele. It's S-A-P-E-L-E. You can say in the comments which you prefer, which is true. I just know it's pretty wood. Another two-toned piece. Let's look at the beauty of this black walnut. As my little son would say, "Hey yo." Yeah, this is really a unique set. It's got some really pretty character in it. Little shepherd. So those are my bookends that are now done. Here are my little nativity sets. I do a camel, a sheep, Mary, Joseph, a donkey, a king, an angel, baby Jesus, and a shepherd. Hope you've enjoyed that, and hope your morning is as beautiful as the morning I'm having here.